That's what I'm talking about, right there on that boom!
Hey gang, I'm JP and welcome back to Talking the Orville on Egotastic FunTime, your number one stop for all things going on in the 25th century. This is where we say Jaloja! It didn't do it. Do it. There we go. One of the technical difficulties of having all these buttons to press and cameras to look into and microphones to talk into. What's going on, you guys? I'm very excited because last week it finally began. As we know, last month the Orville finally finished. They completed filming all season 3, all the footage that they needed to put some episodes together, and that was last month. And I was like, well, there's still so much to do, including something that's very important to the Orville. It always has been, and it's always been very important to Seth MacFarlane. And last week, Seth MacFarlane began to settle the score for the Orville season 3. They're recording all the music right now. They began last week, as you heard some of it right when this show started here. It gives me so many things to think about. I can just imagine the scenes of that music. It was kind of, they always put the Orville theme into their music, and then some of the ways that it was twisting and turning made me picture the Orville traveling through some sort of nebula or some sort of magical space type of area. They arrived at a place, or they're traveling through this amazing area, much like in season 1, New Dimensions, when they finally made it into that 2D universe. The music opened up and became a lot more thought-provoking and thoughtful, and let you know that you are in some new magical world in the Orville universe. And this very much sounded very similar to me with that. And I want to know what imagery comes to mind with you guys when it comes to the music you just heard. I'm going to be making a video, a regular Talking the Orville video about this music, about Seth settling the score, and to ask everybody what they think. So you guys got to hear it first, unless you're scavenging the interwebs every day like I am. If you haven't heard it, I'm glad I was able to introduce it to you. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting it into a regular video either later today or tomorrow. There's so much to do. I'm getting ready for my big Road to the Orville Part 2 trip, which is only a week and a half away. In a week and a half, I'm jumping on a plane. Well, they probably won't let me jump, but they'll let me walk on and sit in my seat with my mask on, I'm sure. I'm getting on a plane, and I'm going to Los Angeles to attend Jay Lee's, speaking of scores, piano concert. He's a award-winning pianist. I'll be attending the concert. I'll be covering the concert. I already talked to Jay Lee, made sure it was cool that I'll be filming stuff, talking to people before and after the show and talking to him. And he says, totally cool. Can't wait. He's so glad I can make it, he said, which, is nice. It feels nice to have John Lamar, Chief of Engineering aboard the Orville, ECV 197, say, yeah, I'm so glad you can make it. Can't wait to see you. It feels great. Self-loathing, helping to keep the lights on here, helping to support that trip to Road to the Orville that's just a week and a half away. Oh, The volume was low on the sound clip. That's weird. On my little audio mixer here, it was all the way in the red. I was kind of worried it was going to be too loud. Well, I'll try better when I put out the video in a day or two. I'll have the same clip on there. I'll end the video. You know, I'll be asking people what imagery comes to mind, because when I hear music like that, I just always, my mind just goes wild with all the, the things going on in the song. I can picture a scene. I can picture the ship traversing whatever situation they're into, but it sounds like it's going to be a beautiful situation. As we know, in season 3, the effects are just going to be top notch, like we've never seen before. Score, says Archmage Frey. Also, special thank you to all you channel members. First off, Christine, how do I pronounce that? Boutillier. Welcome to thank you for joining the channel. Thank you for clicking that join button down there. Curtis Tate, official channel member. Archmage Frey. Bruno, is it Luciati or Luciati? And then I saw, did I thank you, Archmage Frey? I must have. I can never thank you enough, though, Archmage Frey. Eccleston's Angel, what's up? Those channel members helping to keep the lights on every single month here. Very much appreciated. What's up, Mark Termel? How you doing? Wookie Base, Pride of 8-4, Silver Bullet, Sci-Fi Guy, Christina, what's going on? Joy Dawn, Danny Hughes, Pedro Morales. I'm just scanning through the names here, trying not to do any repeats. But sometimes I repeat. Don't forget, you channel members, you have the special emojis that you can use that are Egotastic specific. I designed myself. They're all there for you to throw up there on the chat to express yourself. Like I got, sometimes I'm feeling a little blue and a little moist, so I'll throw up a Derulio, something like that. What's up, Roberta Laverty? How you doing? Roberta, how is Lowestoft, UK? What's going on over there? Silver Bullet says, I would love to talk to you about the joys of the Star Trek multiverse that we can all have fun with. I love multiverses. I've always loved multiverses. Besides the fact they're just fun to think about, I posted a thing the other day on Twitter saying, let's keep in mind, there's an entire parallel Star Trek universe out there where the only difference is Data has blue eyes. That's about it. That's the only difference I saw. Self-loathing. Says, I'm always happy to help either keep the lights on or help buy some Egotastic sound-canceling headphones for the airplane ride. Oh, that's right. I do have some noise-canceling earbuds from Amazon. I wonder if they work. I haven't been on an airplane in a few years, so we'll have to see how they work out. I'll let you guys know. Eccles says, JP, do you think Jay Lee will have a tribute to Norm at his party? I have no idea what he's going to say. I know that Jay Lee is going to be playing piano and telling stories. He's going to be telling stories, adventures he's had, things that's, gone on in his life during his probably before Hollywood and during Hollywood. He has a very interesting Hollywood story, Jay Lee does. Jay Lee, I says to Jay Lee, how's that go? Like he was living in his car. He said, I'm going to Hollywood. I'm going to do something with my skills. So he went to Hollywood. He was living in his car for a little while, just looking for work. He got a job as like a secretary at the Fox Studios, at the Family Guy Studios, for Seth MacFarlane. And then, he just kind of, Seth started talking to him. And then, the conversations got more and more with each day, and they became kind of friends. And Seth decided to move him up and have him do others, to have him do voices for the show and other work. So he kept moving up and up and up. He finally moved him up to a starship. It's a pretty great story. I can't wait to hear more about it personally from Jay Lee. And then, I'll be keeping notes and all that stuff, and I'll be reporting that stuff back as well as the footage that I pick up. I'm sure we'll be chatting with Jay Lee. I would love to talk to Jay Lee's parents, just to ask them what it was like for them when he started playing piano and he started getting noticed, and then he moved to Hollywood, all that great stuff. Christina, wow, you're really keeping those lights on. Thank you very much, Christina. Get you another boom on there. JP, have a great time in LA. Please tell the show we love them. Oh, I absolutely will. Also, I have no idea who's going to show up from the show. I would think there's going to be some people from the show showing up to support Jay Lee. I would think. I'm going to be there both nights. Both nights. So if somebody shows up, I'll be there to catch it and to talk with them and introduce myself as well, because, you know, a lot of them know who I am. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we have a good time and I don't offend anyone. They don't offend me because, you know, me, I get all huffy and puffy. Well, I never. Thank you, Christina. I'm going to have a great time. I'm also, for you channel members, you know, many of you have access to Los Angeles or you're in Los Angeles, you official channel members, I'm going to be putting up a post next week once I figure it out of a place where I'm going to be, and you guys can come by, hang out, have a drink. We can chat for a little bit. And I'll let you channel members know in this private channel chat. I'll announce it next week. So anyone who's available, come on over to wherever I end up being. I'll let you know. How long will I be in LA? Just for a few days. Just for a handful of days. Mostly to cover Jay Lee's event on Saturday and Sunday, and then I come back on Monday morning. But I'm going to try to put together something on Friday, the 1st of October, so that we can meet up. Sachin says, hello from India, in love with the Orville show. Oh, awesome. I get people from all over the world that love the Orville, and that's what the Orville needs, and that's what the Orville deserves. The more worldwide acclaim that the show gets, the more of the show that we're going to get. I know they're kind of, the production is kind of like, okay, we're not signing on for a 4th season right now because they've been doing season 3 for a couple of years at this point. They probably would need a break. They probably need to go do something else for a little bit. But I know that Seth said that he hopes that they go back to space again. And Hulu says that season 4 is totally on the table. They just haven't made that decision yet. But I do know whether or not we get season 4, they are planning on doing Orville movies. Not just one, but a couple. That makes me incredibly happy. I think they can get an entire 2 to 3 hour movie finished a lot quicker than an entire season. This season's going to be, 12, 13 hours. It's going to be like a 12 or 13 hour movie this season. Still hoping to find out. Well, we still don't know the exact date that the Orville is going to premiere, though Penny Johnson-Gerald said February, should be about February, but we don't know an exact date. Now, you guys already know that I'm going to tell you when the moment I find out when the exact date is, I'm going to be screaming it from the rooftops. Because damn, we just need to know when that's going to happen so I can schedule all the live streams and really figure out how I'm going to handle season 3. Sachin says the Orville show is awesome. It expands the thinking capacity of viewers, especially when I remember that when they go to the other planet and shouldn't have made contact, but after they made contact, a few light years, they'll be regarded as gods. It was nice. Yeah, absolutely. And I still have a theory, and I'm working, and you've heard the theory before, and I even put out a video about this theory, but I'm working on a higher quality video about that theory with the podcast. We're collaborating. I just got to finish writing the script before they come in to help out on their end. About, I think, that planet, the multiphasic planet from the season 1 finale, Mad Idolatry, is the original Kalons, the biological Kalons. I think are the people from that planet. And it's a juicy theory. So I'm gonna be putting out a whole video about that with the podcast, and it's called The Kalon Paradox. So I just got to finish writing the script. I'll do about 4 or 5 full block pages. Now, I didn't really put out a video on this, though I did put an excerpt from one of the live shows, Danny. about this question. Danny says, JP, do we know if there's going to be more than one episode on opening day or what? I'm assuming. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just assuming by how Hulu works and how most streaming services work the last couple of years. Hulu especially. I went back and looked at all the Hulu originals and saw how they were put out for audiences. I really believe we're going to be getting 2 or 3 episodes on opening on the premiere day of season 3. That's how Hulu's been doing it. And there's going to be 10 episodes for season 3, long episodes. Minimum running length is 70 minutes. With no commercials, 70 minutes. But as we know, all the different runtimes for the episodes are different. Some will be 70 minutes. Some will be a lot longer than that because they're all basically going to be mini movies. I'm guessing we're going to be getting 2 or 3 episodes, most likely 3, unless the production says no, we can't do it that way for whatever reason. But 10 episodes, drop 3 on the first day. That means we get 8 complete weeks of the Orville. That's exactly 2 months of new Orville content every week. So I'm guessing 3 episodes on day 1 and then 1 episode a week for 8 weeks. It's not confirmed, but it's very, very likely from the research that I've done. No, I don't have the Orville hero clicks. I got a lot of Orville stuff, but anytime I have money, I use it for the lights and for the internet stream here, so I could do my Orville work. I got lots of Orville stuff. I have a cool 3D printed Orville ship, non-official Orville ship that was sent to me. Production gave me the Avis page, screen used Avis page from the Avis episode, from the Krill episode is what I really should say. The Krill episode right there. That's the official page used in that episode. I have that. I need to scan it because it's double-sided. The other side has a bunch of Krill, Avis Ancana page with a lot of Krill's stuff going on it. I have a 3D printed blaster that one of you guys sent me. Pew, 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 pew. I got a bunch of you guys a couple of years ago sent me boxes of the Orville trading cards, Season 1 trading cards. Now, Rittenhouse is supposed to be coming out with a Season 2 batch of Orville trading cards, so I'll be getting those as well. And then also I have the best thing that I have is right here, sent to me. I still need to post this on social media. I have an official screen-used badge from the episode Majority Rule, the upvote, downvote. This is officially what was used in the episodes. My downvotes are nice and low, 7,654 downvotes, which is very good, and 177,940 upvotes. Well, pretty decent, I guess. And the best thing about this bad boy is it lights up if you press the button. I had to go, dang, hold on. I got big fingers, you guys. Oh my gosh, what happened? My fingers grew. I don't know what's going on. Or did it run out of batteries? Oh no, there it goes. Boom, lights up. Takes, for those of you who also received these, if you don't know, it takes CR 2016 batteries. And this thing's great. It's magnetized and it has a backing so you can put it in your shirt or wherever you want to put it. I'm going to put it up on the display. I'm going to redo this area a little bit more Orville style, or, just a little bit more appropriate. It's kind of a mess right now. And of course up there I got my Seth Trek foam board. You got to have a Seth Trek foam board, you guys. I mean, very few people have them. I made that myself. I don't think they're really for sale. Yeah, when I get Season 2 Rittenhouse, I'll be doing some videos opening up, cracking some packs. We'll do a live show. I'll crack some packs, as they like to say. Sachin says, where do you draw your inspiration from? Well, from the Orville for the most part. Just my random nerdy pop culture brain. My first couple years when I was writing scripts for Orville stuff, especially, I would always draw from all the comedy that I watch. I watch a lot of comedy shows. But my favorite all-time comedy sitcom is Parks and Recreation. So I know almost every line of from every episode. So a lot of jokes would pop in, and I'd rework them for Orville stuff. Oh man, do they have a Yoffett signature version of the cards? Oh, they should. That would be fantastic. One to own at this point. Um, I don't know if they had a Yoffett. No, signature. Yeah, I'm sure they had a Norm Macdonald signature one for Yoffett. They had one for everybody and every side character you could think of. Every side character also, had special signatures. I had. I can't remember. I have my cards locked up somewhere. I have to look through them. All the special ones. I might have had a signature. No, I had. I did. I had a couple of signature cards. None from the Bridge Crew, but I remember having Canute's signature card, played by Ralph Garman. I had the bald dude from the Majority Rule episode that got killed at the beginning. He ran away from the publicity police, and they shot him in the hallway before he got lobotomized. And then also I had the signature of the weird fishy looking alien from Command Performance in the Calivan Zoo. He kind of looked like a fish a little bit, or he had some sort of fish thing going on. And then also I had one more. I can't remember. Oh, it might be Watch His Face, the bad guy from episode 4, which was If the Stars Should Appear. I can't remember the actor's name. Oh, there's a Parks and Recreation podcast from Team Coco. I think I saw that. I think that was hosted by Mark Evan Jackson, I believe. Yeah, I think Mark Evan Jackson hosted the Parks and Rec podcast. Uh, Mark Evan Jackson is actually, I know him a little bit. He was my improv teacher many years ago. He was one of my improv teachers. So I got to spend a good few months with him. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Back in Hollywood. At the Improv. Well, not the Improv, but Second City, which was the second city I went to. I used to go to the main one over on Hollywood Boulevard, but then I switched over to the one on Melrose, which I very much liked a lot more. What's up, Matt Presley? Doug McEwen says, "Good day from Oz. With all the curveballs you have had to contend with, are you still happy with your decision to leave your job and do this full time?" Absolutely. Absolutely. Not having money all the time has been scary and very stressful, and I've lost a lot of nights of sleep over the last couple of years. But it's been 2.5 years. I've survived 2.5 years, and a lot of it has to do with sometimes I put out a really good video that people like, and the rest of the time it's because you guys are so supportive of this egotastic experiment, and I thank you guys every single day. Even when I don't put out content, I'm always very thankful because you guys are amazing. John Burns says, "I posted a couple messages that you've ignored and then noticed your hat. But it looks great." I don't know if I ignored. Sometimes I just don't get messages. I'll have to look, John Burns. What was that, on Twitter? Some messages go into this weird Twitter extra file, and then some of them go directly to me. But I do remember seeing something from you. I thought I responded. Oh, maybe it was just a regular tweet I responded to, and not a message. Dax Jacobson, when is Seth going to dump the Orville and do his Peacock show instead? I don't know if he's ever going to dump the Orville, but I'm sure he's going to be doing lots of other projects. I think he's working on doing a Ted TV series next. You know, Ted and Ted 2, the teddy bear movies. I think he's got a TV show coming. I was on Twitch for a couple of years, but Twitch is, as their company model is starting to fall apart, and a lot of the big streamers are moving to YouTube because YouTube's just got a lot more benefits, and there's a lot better reasons to stream on YouTube, which is why I'm streaming on YouTube now. I left YouTube streaming for a while, But now I've come back because YouTube streaming is a lot better and it doesn't hurt your channel, which it used to do. It really felt like it used to do that. And but Twitch has some great things about it that I'm pretty sure YouTube's gonna start implementing very soon. But right now, YouTube performance is tearing Twitch apart. So I haven't been doing Twitch. I went back to YouTube because that's where you guys are. Everybody's on YouTube, right? So what do you think they will do with Yaphet now that Norm died? I don't think they'll replace Yaphet's voice. I think they might have a comic book story dedicated to Yaphet and what happens to Yaphet. The season 3 scripts were locked in like 2 years ago, so I doubt anything happens to Yaphet in season 3, unless just by coincidence. I mean, Yaphet, we felt like we almost lost Yaphet last season in Identity Part 2 when Yaphet was taking those Kalons to task. If Seth does a Peacock show, I'm sure he will. He already has over the pandemic. He's got to do it live from Hef's mansion. Oh yeah, I'm sure Seth's got a lot of things coming up. But the position that Seth is in now is he can just come up with a bunch of ideas, put together teams to go make those ideas, and then he'll just have a little bit to do with it. Now, Alara might come back in season 3 for an episode or two. She's open to it. The writers said they're open to it as long as they have a good reason, but they could come up with a good reason instantly. I would love to see Alara and Tala work together on a away mission or something and really just tear some Kalon apart. I want to see Kalon torn apart I want to see Salayans really use their hands to tear apart some enemies, and the best way to do that without getting too graphic is by tearing apart some robots. And the Kalon are the biggest threat as far as we know. Yeah, it's been years since you've seen zombies killing me on Twitch. Absolutely, it has. I stopped doing gaming on Twitch a long time ago. We just went to doing regular live streams and watch parties. But the watch parties were becoming too troublesome because, when you do a watch party on Twitch, you have to use Amazon Prime, which is awesome and it's easy to do. But this is a worldwide thing going on here with Egotastic FunTimes. So usually anytime I watched anything, only the people in the US were able to watch it, and then other territories and other countries weren't able to watch what we were watching. I'm like, So I just stopped doing the watch parties. But every once in a while there'll be a watch party that we need to do something special to us, and so I might have to jump over on Twitch every once in a while for special occasions to do a watch party. I would love to see Rob Lowe as Derulio again. Absolutely. I mean, they had a good ending for Derulio in and that was in season 1, Cupid's Dagger. He kind of served his purpose, but I would love to see him again. I just don't think there'll be any, a bunch of hard feelings going on when it comes to Derulio, like it did at the beginning of Cupid's Dagger, before everybody was in love with him. Yeah, watch parties are very good if you can watch the movies. Yeah, Amazon was very limited in some of the stuff that I wanted to watch movie-wise. They had a lot of TV shows, but I was like, I want to watch some movies, and most of the stuff that they have available to watch that we would be interested in isn't really on Amazon. Most of their movies are just Amazon original movies. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they give Yaphet just a happy departure scene. I don't want to see Yaphet die, you guys. I can't see that. They can't do that to me. We already had to deal with it in real life with Norm. Don't do it to Yaphet as well. Let Yaphet live on somewhere, on a space station somewhere, so we can always feel like Norm's there for us. Self-loathing, what? Good old Gordon's Lake. Do you ever play games online with viewers? If not, would you like a big online game like Rust where everyone can play? Actually, online games are my least favorite games. I like the story mode. I got tired. I got so years and years and years ago, before I moved to the middle of the country, I would play, MMOs and stuff like that. And man, I got so sucked in, especially to, there was a bunch. City of Heroes was a big one for me. I played City of Heroes over and over and over again with new characters. And then the one that really was the last one, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore with online games, was Lord of the Rings Online. I was there since pre-beta, all the way up to release and another year beyond that. I think I stopped playing Lord of the Rings Online after the Mines of Moria expansion. I wasn't living my life when it came to those games. My girlfriend at the time was not liking it either, so I vowed to not play online games anymore. But some games, like my favorite game in the world is Grand Theft Auto 5. At least that is until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, because that will be my new favorite game. I don't like online. I like playing the story mode. I just feel like I'm getting more and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't really play the online games anymore because they're too dangerous for me. I get sucked in. Matt Presley helping to keep the lights on.
I wish to bring you erotic pleasure. Let us experience the sexual event.
What? I really do need to keep it up if that's the case, Matt Presley. Yes, we need. I still don't know any Star Trek cameos for season 3. I'm sure I figure out at least one or two before season 3 drops. But yeah, Garrett Wang, Robert Beltran, Kim and Chakotay as religious Krill fanatics. Adu thoughts, if the actor dies, I think they should have Yaphet die in a blaze of glory, saving the entire crew, like Spock dying in the Wrath of Khan. Until you find his brain and you bring him back. Yes, if they're going to get rid of Yaphet, blaze of glory all the way. Well, if you're going to have him die, blaze of glory die, not just dried up in the sun type of die. I prefer him live on. I prefer him save the ship and then move on to some other assignment or something like that. That's better for him. Maybe there's a ship that wants to make him chief of engineering. Yeah, online games are a poor substitute for personal contact. Yeah, like with Grand Theft Auto 5, I've played a lot of the online version, but I would always go back and just play the story again because I just felt like that fake story mode universe that they created was just more fulfilling to me. I can't stand lobbies, I think, is part of the problem. Waiting in a lobby is just drives me nuts. Yeah, Yaphet finally getting to be a chief engineer. Maybe Chief Newton says, hey, I could really use Yaphet over here at this space station that we built. Oh, I've played Red Dead Redemption is probably my second favorite game. I love Red Dead Redemption. I've played them all, even the old original one. I played the heck out of Red Dead Redemption, and then I've played the heck out of Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't like the online mode on Red Dead 2 as either, but it is a little bit more like the original storyline universe. I find Grand Theft Auto 5's online build to be sparse when it comes to the liveliness of the world you're traveling around compared to the story mode. Yeah, the Orville Season 4, Search for Yaphet. I played the heck out of Star Trek Online back in the day. A lot of the beta and a little bit after it was officially released. Poor contact. Personal contact is a poor substitute for games. I think I have Mortal Kombat 11. I was streaming Mortal Kombat 11, but it was so bloody for the viewers, I stopped playing it. And it was bloody. I actually got bored of the bloodiness of it. Oh yeah, Eccleston. Back when I actually streamed the entirety of GTA 5 one time for a few weeks. I played it from start to finish, and Eccleston was there, and she wanted me to kill Trevor Phillips. And I was like, "Oh, I love Trevor Phillips, but he is a bad guy." So I did kill Trevor Phillips for her. Oh, GoldenEye. I remember the old GoldenEye before I believe it was they had GoldenEye on some system before it was invented, I believe, if I recall. Now I love playing video games. I just never play them anymore because every time I play video games, I feel guilty. Like I should be doing something else. Like I should be designing a thumbnail or something like that. Single player games in the 1980s were fun. Also, being online costs $15 an hour for things like CompuServe and tends to keep you in a single player game. Yeah, those online games used to be expensive. I remember paying $15 monthly fees to be on servers. Nintendo 64, yeah. We had Nintendo 64, and we had almost everything at some point. Yeah, I love that in GoldenEye. You can change the map. You can make it so it's low gravity. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff. I did crazy stuff with it. It was great. The most recent game that I've been playing, and I stopped a few weeks ago, I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. I've been playing them since the beginning. So I was playing Valhalla for a while. I'll just pop it on for an hour or two every once in a while. But now I got a glitch in my game. So I have this glitch where you're supposed to just survive for a while and then it goes to a cutscene. Well, the cutscene never comes. I'm surviving, and it's hard to survive for too long because you're outnumbered and you're stuck in a little area. And then there's a way to fix it, but you have to go to a previously saved game. I don't have any the previously saved games I have for that game are like towards the beginning of the game, and I'm like, I'm not going back that far, so I have to wait until I feel like really replaying the game before I start playing again, because I can't advance where I'm at now with my current save. It just glitches out every time. I think we could get JB back into online games. Let's bully him. Well, the Orville does have a video game, the Orville Interactive Fan Experience. It's amazing. If you want to really just walk around and look at the Orville and the ship, I mean, they got everything to a T built, and it's interactive. And you can also start up a server, and you have up to 100 people in your server. There's no story modes or missions or anything like that, but you can shoot each other and just explore the ship, and you can fly the ship and have lots of different places to fly to. They have the shipyards, they have different planets, black holes. The Krill are there, the Kalon are there. You can create a Krill, you can create a Kalon, or just lots of random people. It's free on Steam. You just download it off Steam, and it's very high quality, and you can play it for free. Yeah, they had, I don't know if they still have the Peak Corner, but they used to have the Peak Corner down in the Shuttle Bay. I think the last time I went on the game, it wasn't there anymore, and I was like, oh man, they took away the P corner. That was one of the best things. But yeah, the ship, it used to be just a couple of decks. Now they have tons of decks to explore in the game, and more coming all the time. So I highly recommend it. Kevin Scott, what?
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm gonna mess with them first.
Kevin Scott says, little help for your next trip to LA. Well, it's a week. It's less than 2 weeks, a week and a half ish. I'll be heading to LA, jumping on the plane, going to Los Angeles. Gonna go see Jay Lee perform. Gonna chat with him a little bit and chat with whoever else shows up to the show from the Orville, or just who shows up not from the Orville. I want to see how people are feeling going to the show. Danny Hughes, hey JP, give us a link to that Orville game. I don't have a link to it right now, but you just go on Steam, and you type in the Orville, it'll probably show up, but the name of it is the Orville Interactive Fan Experience. It's right there. It's free. It's extremely high quality. You can use it with low settings or ultimate turned all the way up settings. It's pretty amazing looking. It's from the makers of Stage 9, which was the TNG Enterprise D online game that got shut down by CBS. Well, this is the same makers. They're called Messy Desk now, but they used to be Stage 9. So that game had quality and was beloved. This game has even more quality because it's newer. An Orville game might be nice, but I have issues with Steam. I got bad downloads of Jedi Academy and Metal Gear, so I can't mess with them. Oh, I understand if you had bad experiences. I've downloaded the Orville game a couple times from them over the years. Didn't have a problem, but yeah, I get it. Oh, I bet you there's some Assassin's Creed on PS now. I do know, I just checked this out the other day. Amazon Prime has this game streaming app now that you can use on your Fire TV or on a computer, on your phone, whatever. You can. I synced it up with my PS4 controller. I synced it up with the Fire TV, so it totally worked. There's a whole Ubisoft section, and they have almost all of the Assassin's Creed games, or at least the most recent 4 or 5 of them, that you can just play right there, no loading, no anything, and it plays beautifully. There's a charge, but they're usually some free games for Prime members every month, high quality ones. I think they had Metro, and they had not the latest Resident Evil, but Resident Evil 7. They had that available. You just press on it, boom, it starts playing. High quality. Self-loathing, what?
Moglins, many of them ready to be adventurous.
Thanks for the tip, downloading the game now. Thanks. Yeah, and you can start your own server. You just go to online. You know, there's offline and online, or single player and online, and you can just create your own server, call it whatever you want, and just tell people the server name, and they can come in and hang out with you, and you can explore the ship together. And it's a big ship. You can explore Captain Mercer's office, Bortus's quarters, Kelly's quarters, Isaac's laboratory, the bridge. And this stuff is screen accurate, you guys. The elevators are a lot of fun, I have to say. They even play Barry Manilow in the elevators. You can go down to Shuttle Bay. You can jump into a shuttle pod and fly right out and go explore. You can fly the ship. Just go on the bridge, sit in the helmsman's seat, and take over the ship and fly it around. Yeah, the Prime app, I just discovered it the other day, and I installed it to see what it was. And I had free stuff on there, too. It's called Luna, Luna. Eccleston. Eccleston says, JP, so you can get a soda on the way. Absolutely, I'll get a soda water on the way. I drink my bubbly water. I'm in the cans right now. I didn't want to pay for a canister. I'm like, oh, I'll spend $5 on a case of AHA sparkling water. Pretty good. Doug McEwen. Just saying hi. Well, hello, Doug. I hope all is well in your part of the world. Really? The sound drops are low volume? Let me check. There might just be something wrong with OBS right now. Let me just drop one real quick. Oh, no. It's my problem. Sorry. I forgot to turn on the desktop audio. Here, now check it out.
Boom, bitch!
A lot louder, huh?
That's what I'm talking about right there. Like, boom! Boom, that's what I'm talking about.
It's true. He was just talking about that.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right.
I gave you low volume sound drops, but now they're back. Now they're back to full volume. So everyone just super chat again, and I'll give you a new sound drop. See what I did there? Rocket League is my jam right now. I've played Rocket League before. JP, if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, I was just at Bed Bath & Beyond on Saturday, I think it was, and have a $5 coupon, you can get a canister for $10. And it's not hard to get a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, you guys. Oh, great tip, Eccleston. Very good tip. I'll totally do that. Osseous M, helping to keep the lights on. I hope I said that right.
Really? This is my job? How did I win at life? But I did. I've won. Yeah.
Gordon won. Keep it up. Keep that volume up, right?
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
Doug says it's nearly 6 a.m. Time to go to work. Oh, wow. So this is a pre-work show for you. And early in the morning, drinking your cup of coffee. Coffee. Here, 6 a.m. was almost 9 hours ago. But it's probably the future where you are, right? It's probably 6 a.m. tomorrow. Oh my God, you guys. Tom Casey.
I would be happy to attempt sexual relations with you, Lieutenant.
That's Isaac, that's not me. Oh yeah, thank you. I forgot I had that. I got new glasses today, just a couple hours ago in the mail. They arrived.
Oh, wow.
I get these off of
Sweet
Zinni.
emotion.
I discovered Zinni earlier in the year. There's a bunch of companies like this, but there's glasses companies, and they do prescription glasses. All you got to do is know your prescription. I just went over to my eye doctor and said, what's my prescription? They said, here you go. So you go to something like Zenni.com, Zenni. There's a couple of them, though. And you can buy a pair of glasses for $6. It's amazing. These cost me a little bit more. These are like 30 or 40 bucks because I got them transitions. I haven't had transitions glasses in like 15 years. I'm like, oh, I always go outside and I don't have shades because I have to wear glasses all the time. So these are transitions. I just got them today. I'm super excited. So thanks for looking out there, Tom. Zenni, Zenni. Very much worth it. You can get a $6 pair of prescription glasses plus shipping. But they have everything you can think of. They have crazy high quality glasses, you know, with the blue blockers and whatever technologies they have, titanium, all that stuff. They cost more, but they don't cost nearly as much still that they would cost at an eye doctor. Yeah, rip Norm Macdonald. I've still been watching Norm Macdonald stuff every day. Last night, I actually watched Norm's stand-up comedy special from, I think it was on Netflix just a couple years ago. I watched it when it first came out a couple years ago. I'm like, let me watch that again. Give a little tribute to Norm. So I watched the whole thing. It was hilarious. Geolaw says, I learned about Zenni from the Professor of Rock YouTube channel. Nice. I think I just did a Google search for cheap glasses, and Zenni was the first one I saw. I clicked on it. Then I went and read some reviews about it, and then I bought some, and then I started getting ads on all my social medias about all the different types of websites that sell glasses for cheap. But I stuck with Zenni. But there seem to be a lot of good ones. Yeah, some glasses I believe you can... Some glasses, not sunglasses. Some glasses I believe you can personalize. Do some etching on the sides or insides. Yeah, the moth joke was great. Oh yeah, it's been a long time, but I've seen Dirty Work probably 6 or 7 times. Love that movie. Curtis Tate.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh no!
Yes, did you see the Brooklyn Nine-Nine finale? I did. I thought it was a great finale. It's a heist episode. What a way to end a Brooklyn Nine-Nine series, right? With the heist episode. And it was nice. It was funny. It was made you tear up a little bit. But they only did 8 episodes for this final season. Only 8 episodes. I thought we were months away from a Brooklyn Nine-Nine series finale. So that disappointed the crap out of me. It was been a great season, but only 8 episodes? What? That don't make no sense. So I was very let down because of that. But hey, I guess 8 episodes is better than no episodes, which also could have been a possibility, right? Thanks, Roberta. I'm really liking these. I've never had glasses of this color or of this shape. This is kind of an old school shape. I was like, yeah, let me get something a little bit more old school. Transitions. I go outside, they turn into sunglasses. JP, I still think you should do re-edits of Orville episode previews in the style of the 90s Star Trek previews. Well, I do have on my list of things to do. Luckily, I got a lot of time before season 3 comes out, so I could do a lot of stuff. I got a whole list on my board over here of tons of stuff to do. And I'll give you guys a sneak peek of something I'm going to be working on real soon. I got to write the lyrics, and that's going to be tough. I plan on, at least with the Orville's pilot episode, Old Wounds, which was advertised in just the wrong way for the Orville. I want to redo the Orville trailer for the very first episode, because Fox didn't know what to do with it. They kind of made it look like it was going to be a goofy comedy, and it's not that at all. I want to do one that's serious, that really strikes the correct tone for the Orville. But also, I want to do a season 1 and a season 2 previously on recap videos that really captures the right tone and the right things that happen in those seasons, so that somebody that's new to the Orville, which there's going to be a lot of people that are new to the Orville when season 3 hits, they can watch those and get caught up without watching a long, huge video. Just a nice 2-3 minutes per season, just to get people caught up on what's going on. So that's on my list of things to do. I basically, without their permission, work for the Orville. I work for the Orville. I make videos for Orville to get more eyeballs on their content. They just didn't hire me, is the problem. If they want to hire me, I'd totally be up for a proposal to get signed on with the Orville to do whatever I can for them. But since they didn't ask me and I needed something to do, I'm like, I'll do it anyway. I'll do it. I want to support this show. So, we're Orville almost all the time here, though I am sneaking in some other videos, hopefully a couple times a month about just real life stuff. Like I put out that video on Saturday that people are really digging, and the conversation in the comment sections is going very well. Lots of great stuff people are sharing. The one where I said, I'm in my 40s, but I have no friends. I put that video out, and people are really digging it and finding the channel in a new way. Self-loathing. What?
Lieutenant Malloy has informed me that I would look pretty good with a mustache.
A mustache isn't always a mistake. One has to remember. This is cool. Too bad you can't destroy the space dock, but glad they added weapons. Oh, so you're playing the Orville Interactive fan experience right now. Yeah, they have weapons. They have the blasters, and they have the rifles. And explore all the rooms. There's so many sections to explore that you'll recognize from the episodes of the Orville. It's amazing. The work that they put into the interactive experience is unmatched. Seth needs to put you on the Orville itself. You never know. Maybe I'll get into season 4 or one of those movies some way, somehow. It'd be nice. He doesn't have to do that. I'm happy to support the fandom and the universe without that. But yeah, it'd be great. I would do it. I'll say just have me as an extra off in the distance. Maybe I'm not even on camera. I just want to see how this is all put together and stand there while this show is being put together. Working on the Orville every day. Oh, so I think in one of the previous streams I said I'm going to be working on Orville Gilligan's Island. parody, which I'm still going to do. I've been thinking about it forever. But now I kind of have another idea that that I want to do this first. My girlfriend's been binge watching Big Bang Theory. It's on HBO Max. So we've been going through, and I've been watching a bunch of them. And the theme song sounds perfect for an Orville parody. So, you know, the song is talking about like the beginning of the universe and the Big Bang. I was like, oh, I can just do the beginning of the Orville and have it be the Orville gang. So I was looking at the lyrics last night. I'm like, oh man, I got to start replacing these lyrics with Orville stuff. It always seems like a big to do, but once I sit down and do it, 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh, that's perfect, done. I just go right through it, and then it's the editing and the recording that's the hard part. Robert Williams, I'm happy to have you cover the Orville. You have kept the fire since day one. They needed that fire kept after the pandemic. Well, it was already a long time between season 1 and season 2, so I kept the fire going then. And then between season 2 and season 3, we knew it was going to be a long time. But then they had to add another year and a half because of the pandemic. So I've been keeping it going for a very long time at this point. A ridiculously long time. And even when the Orville is done forever, which someday it will be, probably, you never know, it might be a 55-year franchise at some point. I'll be long gone at that point. Unless the Orville somehow keeps me alive until I'm over 100 years old. I'm gonna keep the Orville alive a little bit after it's gone forever. We're gonna be talking the Orville every once in a while, or Orville adjacent stuff. These people that are involved with the show. Seth MacFarlane's gonna have more stuff coming out at some point. You know, that'll be worth a conversation, worth a video about. Who would I have playing the Professor? Yeah, Isaac would be the best match for the Professor. Now, do I go the Professor and Marianne, or do I go, and the rest are here on Orville Island? I don't know. I would have to do the Professor and Marianne version. Hey, JP, would you shave your beard off if it was required for an Orville cameo? Yeah, I would. I don't need my beard. I prefer having my beard. I like my beard, but they grow right back. If I shaved my beard off, it would just be back in 2 weeks. Scotty always gets you on Band of Brothers. Good old Band of Brothers. Silver Bullet says, it's been such a long time. I think I should be going. JP gonna send you a concept picture later on Twitter. Alright, send it over, Silver Bullet. Flessas, JP just wanted to stop by and say hi and to show my continued support. Thank you very much, Flessas. Have to go to work, so can't stay, but please keep up the great work. Love you, bye-bye. Love you, bye-bye, too. We'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Yeah, I'll be covering the Orville spin-off shows. I was going to cover Picard Season 2, but it's coming out the same time as the Orville Season 3. So now I'm like, okay, Picard's going to be some car time videos or something like that. Or just a quick, heck, they might just be shorts. I just might make short YouTube Shorts videos for Star Trek stuff, if at all. If at all. Maybe I'll just keep Star Trek off this channel. How about that? Maybe I'll just do it members only. We do have members only content now. I put out my first, last Friday we did a members only live stream, so only members could show up, which was fun. A few of you showed up, and we just had a great chat for an hour or so. And I put out my first members only video. I did a video about how I feel about The Matrix 4 coming out, and I talked a little bit about my past with The Matrix and, you know, what my Matrix experience was back in the day, and then also what I thought of the new one. So you members are able to check that out, and many of you have, so thank you very much. A lot more like that is coming. And it's not that it's taking away from my normal content, it's just extra credit. It's me doing extra, not me taking away from anybody. Nerd of Anarchy, side tangent, JP. Save yourself 2 hours and do not watch Cry Macho. I had no interest in watching Cry Macho. Not for any particular reason. I'm just... Every trailer for any Clint Eastwood movie for the last 6 or 7 years bores me to tears. I'm sure they're not bad movies. They're for somebody. Some audiences are going to like that. But I haven't been interested in a Clint Eastwood movie since before Gran Torino. I never even saw Gran Torino. Alara is Marianne. Kelly is Ginger. Yeah, still hoping for that Patrick Stewart something to do with the Orville, even if it's just a voiceover. Maybe Patrick Stewart plays a jelly. Members only. Dr. Scott Giles says, members only Egotastic After Dark. That's a tough one. A lot of people don't know how early I go to bed. I go to bed pretty early. I usually go to bed 8:30 or 9 at night. So I can get up about 5:30 or so. They should mock Discovery and announce a new show, Section 42. Both Hitchhiker Joke and a dig at Section 31 that hasn't shown up. Yeah, I've been very vocal. I'm still not, and never have I been interested in the Section 31 show. Though, in Season 3 of Discovery, what they did with Giorgio, a character I hate more than any other character, but I was very interested. What they did with Giorgio, how Giorgio left the show, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe that would be a good show, as long as it's not Section 31. They might have Giorgio do like a Time Wars or temporal Cold War type of thing. That part of the Star Trek timeline. I was like, oh, okay. I'll be checking that out if they do that. I mean, I'll check it out anyway. No matter what they do, I got to check it out and see what it is. There were 7 people on the island, and then else 5 of them, so they didn't need to say, and the rest during Season 1 theme song was not like they had a cast of thousands. Yeah, and they took the same exact melody, and they fit Professor and Marianne, as opposed to, and the rest. They're finally like, oh, we could fit that in. People are liking these 2 characters. Exploring Fate said, I found Bank Heist on Netflix really good. It had me hooked. There's a couple of heist movies that I saw. Tower Heist is on, just popped up. That's, I guess, a old Ben Stiller movie. I think I saw that when it first came out. Bank Heist, I think I saw the thumbnail on Netflix for that. I didn't check it out. Oh, they had everybody on Gilligan's Island. They had the Monkeys, the Harlem Globetrotters. They'd always Kurt Russell was on there in an episode at one point. People were showing up to that island all the time. I'm surprised no one that was able to save them ever showed up. I guess that was the joke of the show, right? See right there, Curtis Tate says, disagree. Cry Macho was enjoyable. Yeah, there's definitely got to be, different strokes for different folks. If no one was interested, they wouldn't make the movie. I just always I watch the trailers for the newer Clint Eastwood stuff. I'm like, that seems boring. I don't know if it's Clint Eastwood. I love all the old Clint Eastwood stuff, the spaghetti westerns and the Dirty Harrys, and Unforgiven. That was Clint Eastwood, right? Yeah, Unforgiven. I love that movie. Who should play Offit's brother / mom? Well, we had this conversation a little bit. Who did we say should be like a brother? We had 2 people. We had, of course, Adam Carolla, because he replaced Norm Macdonald as Death on Family Guy. He's got a good... Oh, and Gilbert Gottfried. I say Gilbert Gottfried should play his mom. Well, in the original GI unaired pilot, the two girls were different. The song was written when they weren't set on who the rest would be on Gilligan's Island. Nerd of Anarchy's like, Cry Macho could have been good if Clint wasn't involved. I don't remember what the storyline is for Cry Macho. Pranakasha Productions is here, you guys. Hola, Egopanions. Forgive my extreme lateness. You made it just in time, Pranakasha. Because I'll probably be ending the stream here in about 20 minutes or so. No, Yaffa gets a pet duck. Yeah, Gilbert should be related in some form. Yeah, Gilbert would be amazing, and I'm sure he would jump at the chance to do something that Norm was involved with. Adam Carolla would be great. Ah, the score settled is literally the score settled. Here, let me pop that video up for you guys. For anyone that missed it, here's a sneak peek at the score for season 3 of the Orville being settled. They started filming this, recording the music for season 3 last week. Here, let me just find that video. Where did I put it? Here it is. What? Pranakasha Productions?
We need no longer fear the banana.
Does it work on all fruit?
What about salads?
What about salads? Pranakasha Productions helping to keep the lights on. Remember the bit cannons, boys. Dropping those super chats. Drop them like it's hot. That was the part of the score for season 3 being filmed last week. I can't wait to see the scene in season 3 where that music applies to. To me, it sounds very much like the Orville is in some majestic part of space, or they're going through some beautiful wormhole or something like that. So that's usually how the music sounds when they do something a little bit more awesome, like the episode New Dimensions, when they went into that the 2D universe. It had music very similar to that. I haven't really looked close at the video, but I think that was probably what's his name, Joel McNeely. That looks a little bit more like Joel McNeely. It's hard to tell with the mask. But the music, for a long time, I've been thinking there's no way we're going to... I even talked to Tom Constantino about this in an interview a year or so ago. I'm like, the music. Seth is all about the music for any show that he does. There's no way we're going to get a season 3 if he's not able to record the music. And with the pandemic and all the protocols of people being close together, how are they going to record the music? And Tom was like, I don't know whether we have to do small pods of people or what. We're going to figure it out and we're going to get it done. But it has to be the orchestra. Super important to at all. So the fact that they started last week and it looked like everybody was in the room together, it looks like it's no problem. I'm very excited now. I'm very excited. I'm like, okay, that was my biggest thing. I'm like, okay, I know they're filming. They're able to get the filming done. It's a slower pace because of all the protocols they have to go through every single day. But if they don't get that music done, we're not going to get a season. Well, they're getting it done. So I'm super excited now. I feel that much closer to season 3. Orville Nation dropping a $10 super chat. What? That deserves a...
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, you look like the guy who's on the list because you know the DJ.
Orville Nation knows the DJ, you guys. Some jet fuel money for your road back to the Orville, buddy. Thank you very much. A week and a half away, I'll be heading back to the Orville universe in Los Angeles, California. Pranakasha says orchestras in the Seattle area are starting to reconvene. Yeah, people are getting back together, making music in one way or another. Have they arranged any fan events, conventions for the Orville yet, or is it still too early? Too early for any Orville-specific conventions, but they are starting to show up in places. It was Penny Johnson-Gerald and Mark Jackson that showed up at a convention a week or so ago. That's when Penny announced that the Orville should be back in February. I don't quite remember the name of that convention, but it had a lot to do with the 55 years of Star Trek. That's right. The Orville gets invited to Star Trek conventions now, you guys. That's pretty good. We're getting that audience. That's the audience for us Orvillians. We're supposed to. Huck's Pop Culture Cafe Rittenhouse announced a long time ago, and they even showed, I think, a couple of examples of their season 2 Orville trading cards. I don't know exactly when they're coming out, but I haven't really looked into it recently. It's been a long time. But yeah, they're coming out with season 2 Orville trading cards. And I'm sure there'll be season 3 as well. But you know, they take a while for the trading cards. Kevin Scott says, I just performed with a Beatles cover band yesterday. Nice. I'd totally hang out at Orville booth at Star Trek Las Vegas 2022. Oh yeah, if there was an Orville booth in Star Trek Las Vegas and I was there, I'd be hanging out there the whole day. Nerd of Anarchy, JP, the question is, when is there going to be an Orville Fest in your city hosted by you? Eventually, it is part of my to-do list once COVID is way over, once we're way over all this COVID crap, to do a Orville convention. I'll start off real small and see if we can build it up every year. The first one might just be a, hey, we're going to be hanging out over in this area at this day and time. Everybody show up. And then, you know, maybe we'll raise enough funds to do a bigger one the next year and a bigger one the year after that and a bigger one the year after that. But I want a convention with events. I want Orville karaoke hosted by it's Ralph Garman, right? Ralph Garman, who plays Canute in the Cupid's Dagger episode, hosting the karaoke. I want him to host Orville karaoke. I want to be able to afford to fly in some Orville actors. We got lots of venues to hold it in here. Lots of cool hangouts, lots of really hip, cool hotels. We got it all here. We got scooters. You want to ride your scooter around? We got scooters. You can ride scooters. Yeah, Dan poetry. Lieutenant Dan spoken word would be an amazing event. You know, of course, you got to do the usual, the costume competitions and stuff like that. PJ, you're 5 hours southeast of me if you're in the city. The city of Compton. Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish, as we all know.
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish.
Dang, I guess I was right. Like if you say Candyman 5 times in the mirror, Candyman will show up. If you just say love is the fish hook, then...
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish.
See? Told you. You know, at some point, Elon Musk will have a small guest appearance on the show. I wouldn't doubt it. They can do anything. They can bring anybody on the Orville. It's amazing. Yeah, Dawkins says, Oklahoma Orville Fest 2025. It would give you the space to get everything together and time to raise the funds. Well, there is someone that I've been speaking with that has experience in putting on conventions. That we're in the beginning talks of figuring an Orville convention out in a couple of years. It's just the beginning of the conversation, though. But yeah, we've had some phone meetings about it. 2025 sounds good. Give us the space to get everything together. Get people missing the Orville, because we don't know how many seasons they're going to have. People are wanting to do some Orville stuff. The Orville community is the best community out there. Sorry, all other communities, but it's true. Sorry. My town is a perfect place. We got an international airport. We got they keep building super fancy hotels all over the damn place. And like I said, we got the scooters, we got the breweries, we got the hip, cool restaurants. We got all that stuff here. Except for with parking. We actually have parking. Neil deGrasse Tyson should have already been, considering they do Cosmos together. Yeah. Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson is officially one of the science... what do they call it? Neil deGrasse Tyson is who they go to discuss science stuff that might happen in the show, and they get his advice on it. Science consultant, I believe, would probably be a good term for it. Tech advisor. There you go. JP, maybe if we say that enough, Lieutenant Dan will show up. Oh, man. And you don't say it in a mirror, you say it into a pile of pancakes. Did somebody say pancakes? Advisor. Yeah, there you go. That's the best word, advisor. That's the official word. Science advisor. You know how Star Trek used to have all those science advisors, where the Orville has one too, and it's Neil deGrasse Tyson. They might have a couple at this point. All right, you guys, I got another 10 minutes. I'm just looking at my clock here. Do a full hour and a half live show. And yeah, pecan pancakes. I like me some blueberry pancakes. I very rarely eat pancakes. But when I think about pancakes, I think of blueberry pancakes. What? Sounds so good. Can't eat them, but they sound good. And don't forget, all you channel members, there's a lot of channel members in here. This Friday, at the same time, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, we'll be doing the Egotastic FunTime members only live stream. So only members are able to show up. Can't even click on it unless you're a member. YouTube won't let you. Silly old YouTubes. How about Maya Bialik? She could advise. She's gonna be real busy with Jeopardy though, huh? Ooh, chocolate chip pancakes. Chocolate chip anything sounds good. Give me a chocolate chip ham sandwich. I'll be happy. Yep, Pranakasha, you got that green outline. You got the green color on your name. So yes, you are a member. And you got access to all of these emojis. I'm dropping them all at once. How about that? Oh yeah, Curtis, it's gonna be fun. That's when we just talk about anything at all. You guys ask the questions. You steer the topic wherever you want to steer it to, and we just have a great conversation. And also, you channel members, don't forget to keep an eye out for all the members-only regular video uploads as well. We got one up so far. I got my Matrix 4 members-only video in the members-only section on the front page. Now I want waffles. That reminds me, Archmage, of when Bortus told Captain Mercer that he laid an egg, and they had that whole awkward conversation, and then Bortus left, and Captain Mercer was like, now I want eggs. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. Says you guys have far better breakfast options than us in the UK. I've had a UK breakfast before. Get you some sausage links and some potatoes and stuff. I stay away from the bacon. It's not the type of bacon we eat out here. Yeah, we got crazy breakfast out here. We got places that specialize in breakfast. They'll just put a pile of everything on a plate. And everything breakfast related you can think of is in that pile. What's up, Dan Binks? Nerd of Anarchy. I just finished 3 eggs and toast. Thankfully, chicken eggs and not Mocklin eggs. That'd be a big egg to eat, a Mocklin egg. I've had nothing at all today. I've had 2 cups of coffee and a couple cans of water. I still got a few hours before I can eat. French toast. Cinnamon toast crunch. It always gets overlooked in the pancake waffle conversation. Yeah, French toast is good. I always found French toast to be, I don't know, a little bit more flavorless in the middle, whatever that means. The outside is very tasty. The middle is kind of, I don't know, too much bread or something like that. But don't get me wrong, I'll eat some French toast. Mark Wilkins, what?
Just a walk in the park, Kazansky.
Are they going to have the Waffle House in the Orville universe, even though they don't have money?
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, they can have a
Sweet
Waffle
emotion.
House. In the future, it's probably Le Waffle House. It's fancy. French toast restaurant. I mean, you'll still get served by a meth head, but otherwise it's pretty fancy. French toast is delicious. The first time I ever had French toast, I believe when I was a little kid, I think my sister made it. Pranakasha Productions dropping a super chat right there. What?
Hey, there you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Super chat 007 super chat.
Oh, wow. Sweet emotion.
We will have full English, but I doubt the average Brit has it more than a couple a month. Having any kind of cooked breakfast other than toast isn't common. Yeah, I get that. My breakfast is just coffee. That's it. Especially right now. I loosened up on my 1 meal a day thing for a month or so. You know, I still don't try not to eat too much, but I wasn't really hardcore like I was at the beginning of summer. I mean, I was hardcore for 2 months. So now I'm this week I've gotten back to doing hardcore 1 meal a day, which means I don't eat. You know, I can have coffee or whatever and water and tea, but I don't eat until 5 or 6 o'clock. And when I do eat, I eat something healthy. That's a good question, Brian Dawkins. Does Muska replicate the ingredients at the Muska restaurant and then cook the food? That's a good question. It's not that fancy if he's just replicating it and sending it to you, right? But it is free. No one's paying money, so you can't really complain, I guess. Pranakasha's breakfast is chai and an avocado. Avocado is a very good source of healthy fats. And those healthy fats, they're not going to spike your insulin that much, and they're going to keep you satiated for a longer time. Of course, Mark Wilkins says, of course, can't have Waffle House without the meth heads, but it is so good. Nobody cooks a breakfast up like a meth head. Yeah, Border likes his toast with a cigarette. I would imagine that they replicate the ingredients and then use them to cook the actual meals. That would be a little bit more legit, I think. If you're gonna have a fine dining restaurant, it can't be a fine replicator restaurant. You know, somebody's got to cook it up, right? Archmage says, I cut out breakfast when I went one meal a day. It's the easiest one to cut out. Like, I've been waiting till later in the evening, but it would be better probably if I had my one meal earlier in the day, maybe 2 o'clock, as opposed to waiting this long. But, you know, when I start working and streaming and putting the videos together, time goes by like that. And so it's usually fine. Before I know it, it's the evening. So what I started doing this week, like I get up, I walk a couple miles, and then, well, I have coffee, some water, and then I walk a couple miles, and then, awesome, then I work on stuff, do a live stream, whatever you do, and then I'll eat tonight. I'll have a salad tonight. But tomorrow, I'm starting my walking 4 miles every day. You can't beat walking, especially if you're doing intermittent fasting. You can slim down real fast just by walking. Oh, do I think Jason Alexander will be back for season 3 of The Orville? Of course, Jason Alexander, George Costanza from Seinfeld. He played Olix, the reptilian bartender. A lot of people don't realize that Olix actually knew Seth MacFarlane from back in, not Seth MacFarlane, Captain Mercer, Ed Mercer. They served together on a previous ship years ago, Ed's previous command. And so when Captain Mercer actually got his own ship, he got the Orville, Olix requested a transfer to the Orville because he knew Ed, and he missed him a little bit, but he knew he wanted to be where Ed was, so that's why Olix is on the ship. What do you listen to when you walk? Right now I'm listening to Howard Stern. I have a free trial of SiriusXM. So for at least for a couple more months I'll be listening to Howard. But when I'm not, I usually listen to music. But music doesn't, as much as I love music, when I'm exercising, music doesn't do it for me. I need people talking. So sometimes it's good to have like an Audible book or listen to a podcast. I used to listen to like either Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend or the ID10T podcast, stuff like that. Costanza. Wait, the Orville is now part of Disney. That means we can get a Mandalorian Orville crossover. Heck yeah. That means Kelly is a Disney princess. And so is Bortus. Parnakasha says, my buddy James walked across America back in college when we were roommates. He was kind of chubby. Now he weighs less than me, even though I'm 5'8" and he is 6 feet. Yeah, it's skinny 6-footer. That's good, as long as you're doing it healthy. I wish I was a skinny 6-footer. Corey Burns says, my favorite podcast is the Glass Cannon podcast. If you like Pathfinder, that's the place to go. Nice. Any Pathfinder fans out there, get you on the Glass Cannon podcast. I always like comedy podcasts where people that are in the industry, or even just actors that are in the industry, are just having a real conversation about life, about their experiences, and it's not some put on chat show type conversation, but really getting into what's really going on with them. Mando got no Emmys. Mando got no Emmys. Hashtag Mando got no Emmys. That's okay. They got all the eyeballs. Mandalorian's got the eyeballs and people giving them money. That means more than an Emmy every time. Now we got to remember, you guys, Jon Favreau is one of the reasons we have the Orville. Jon Favreau was an executive producer and the director for the Orville pilot, Old Wounds. He shortly after that went on to create The Mandalorian. I think he already planned on creating The Mandalorian, and he decided he needed some experience directing a sci-fi show where there's a ship in space doing ship in space type stuff. So I think that's why Jon Favreau took on the Orville, to get himself experienced in directing sci-fi. And back in the day when the Orville first started, all of their what's now green screen stuff, like, the view screen and the stuff out the windows, was just a giant, huge television type thing that they had to have all the effects. So like when Gordon's hugging the donkey and you see them spinning and they can see through the viewer, through the viewing screen, the actors can actually see all of that as well. That's the same technology that they use for The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian uses that big TV screen tech to do all their, outside the windows and outside the viewer type of shots in the show. And I think he got all of that from the Orville. The whole point of directing the Orville was to get that experience so he can go off and create The Mandalorian. Egotastic Trek. That's right, Pranakasha. Egotastic Trek on Pranakasha Productions YouTube channel. You'll see me on there. Already provides an Orville Mandalorian Star Wars Star Trek crossover surprise extravaganza. Don't forget, it also has Cobra Kai in there as well. Yeah, Jon Favreau has experience with the Marvel Universe as well. There wouldn't be a Marvel Universe right now if it wasn't for Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau is the one that brought back Iron Man. Iron Man is the start of everything we know about the Marvel Expanded Universe right now. Jon Favreau did it, and now he's doing it with Star Trek. I mean, not Star Trek, Star Wars. Yes, Eccleston, that's Angry Nerd Troll puppet back there. I have not used him yet, but I'm still working out what to use him for. I think I'm gonna introduce him in some YouTube shorts pretty soon to see what Angry Nerd Troll thinks about stuff. We had a great conversation during the members only live stream on Friday about what to do with Angry Nerd Troll. And a lot of people were saying, oh, you should give him his own channel where he just craps on everything, because that's what he does, or have a special show on this channel with Angry Nerd Troll, kind of doing what I do, but in his way. That's a good question. Corey Burns says, so do you think, it's very appropriate for me, it's something I have to think about, because this is my livelihood here. So do you think Disney will leave Seth alone and let him do his thing, or will they shoehorn their own crap to make him change it? No, they're leaving him alone. Disney has nothing to do with the content of the Orville. They're just there to provide it to people. A lot of people are worried about that because they just worry about everything because the internet helps them worry about everything, and then the thing that the internet makes them worry about never comes true. But if the internet says, "Oh, it's gonna happen. Disney's gonna ruin it," no. They're just there to provide it a home and to pay for it. Nerd of Anarchy to Eccleston says, I always watch Angry Nerd Troll, to see if he moves. He might move sometime. You guys better watch out. One day he is going to move. I'm going to make sure that I do something where he moves in the background. Simply one complete episode of Angry Nerd Troll. That would be great. Yeah, Marco, if I just do one as a tester, as a pilot episode, see if he gets renewed by the subscribers. If it does well and subscribers love it, then I can do another. But I'm thinking of giving him a YouTube Shorts show. You know, just like a 20-second show. Every episode's 20 seconds long. Have Angry Nerd Troll challenge Angry Video Game Nerd to a Nintendo playoff. I don't know how he would do, but he would definitely challenge anybody to anything. Angry Nerd Troll never backs down unless you make sense to him and he's like, oh, okay. One idea I have for Angry Nerd Troll. Oh, I gotta sign off. I gotta end this live stream here in a minute, you guys. I've gone over. Oh my God, he's gone over, you guys. One thing I was thinking to do with Angry Nerd Troll is have him go back and complain about classic Star Trek. Just find a bunch of stuff in classic Star Trek to complain about and just go off on it. Oh, good point, Brian. Brian says, don't forget the disclaimer. It's not a puppet show for children. Yeah, every video I put out, I have to click it's not for kids. So that's just kind of my thing that I do now. Every time I put up a video or a live show, I always have to check not for kids. Because we get so adult here, you guys. Actually, I don't know why anyone would ever do a show for kids. I think once you click that you're doing a show for kids on YouTube, they take away all advertising and everything. Because they don't want the wrong ads being shown to kids. They don't want an accident to happen. An accident in the P corner. Yeah, the whole thing I would want to do with Angry Nerd Troll is find stuff that no one should complain about and have him complain about it. Yeah, Exploring Fate. The only difference is Angry Nerd Troll would definitely be just for fun. People would know, oh, this is just for fun. There's no hate here. There's no actual hate. But I'm very good at writing hateful stuff, so Angry Nerd Troll would be saying horrible stuff, but it'd all be in good fun. All right, Paul D, thanks for stopping by. And all the rest of you guys, I want to thank you for hanging out in this conversation. We always start off with the Orville, and then we move into all the other cool stuff we like to talk about, and then we move it back to the Orville a little bit, and then back out. But that's fine. We're here to have discussions. So I have no problem with that, just so you guys know. Because I know a lot of people worry, oh, I didn't want to talk about something that wasn't the Orville. We could talk about anything here, so thank you guys. Pranakasha Productions. What?
Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a new fun thing.
We are all adults here. Here, adults, all are we. Here, adults all are we. I don't have a problem saying that. Yoda would have been able to say that perfectly. Yeah, Angry Nerd Troll needs a cello. I think Angry Nerd Troll might only listen to 8-bit music. All right, you guys. I'll see you channel members this Friday, as well as with another off-topic video just for you guys. You know, I don't know what it is yet, but I got a bunch of ideas. Whatever pops in my head. I'm always having thoughts that are non-Orville thoughts, so I save those for you guys and for these live streams and for the members-only live streams. But I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. Keep an eye out for more Orville news, you guys, because it's going to be coming down the pipeline faster and quicker and harder and longer. Love you. Bye-bye.
Egotastic fun time. We're going to have a great time. Egotastic fun time. Give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your money. Give me all your money. Give me all your money.